To our representatives, last question na lang po. Meron pong kumakalat ngayon na picture ni Kong Velasco with Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte. And meron pong allegations na may mga rumors po na umiikot na nagtatawag na raw si si Mayor Sara sa mga congressman para mga lampag ng suporta para kay Kong Velasco. Have any of you received any call or message from the presidential daughter? Or are you aware na meron pong ganitong umiikot, particularly po sa social media? Salamat po.
On my part, I have nobody called me. And alam nyo, itong speakership ay kailangan talaga iboboto ka ng members ng Congress. Meaning to say, you have to show leadership. Hindi po pwede yung by proxy. And nakita naman siguro, nakita naman yun, nag-offer ng resignation because part of their agreement, that is only their agreement. The whole Congress, the whole House was not involved in that agreement. So the agreement among them is that Speaker Cayetano will resign on October, whatever is the date. And I think he was gentleman enough to submit his resignation, which was rejected by the House in plenary. Yun lang that means talagang nire-respeto si Speaker at nireject yung kanyang any time naman, any time during the 3 years term namin, anybody can just stand up and if you're not happy with the leadership or you are not happy with the Speaker, anyone can stand up and make a motion to vacate the seat or all seats vacant. And simple majority lang yan. Simple majority. Ayos and nays na nga lang yan. And I guess yung mga kumakalat na balita, I'm not aware of that because nobody has called me. And I think that will again distract the members of Congress from concentrating and focusing on the passage of the budget. That will do a lot of disservice to the Filipino people.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Regarding that.
By the way, excuse me, walang audio po yung pinakitang video hindi namin narinig. Anyway, reading from the newspaper reports, the issuance of our president for a call for a special session, it's very clear. The message is very clear. Yung special session is clearly for the deliberation and approval of the budget. Budget first, budget is a priority, politics later. And we in the leadership of the House are strongly committed in passing on third reading yung 2021 GAP. Pinasa po ng Kongreso ang Bayanihan 1 in record time, Bayanihan 2. And we feel that this budget is the best stimulus for our people. It will enable the government for funds for response and recovery sa COVID. It will stimulate the economy. So, fully committed po ang leadership and I'm sure members of Congress is fully committed in passing this measure at the earliest possible time. And just to give you an update, the past few days, today, even Sunday, we are continuously working with our colleagues in the House. Nagkasubmit po sila ng mga proposals for amendments. Nagkasubmit po sila ng mga magagandang idea, proposals for na possible po na makatulong sa ating gobyerno in response to the COVID. So tuloy-tuloy po ang House leadership, ang small committee, ang appropriations committee in working closely with our colleagues kung paano mapaganda po ang budget so we can pass a people's budget. So yan po ang updates namin and on Monday, we are clearly also meeting again to really ma-determine talaga kung ano po ang mga provisions na magpapaganda po ng ating budget. So prior to the special session opening on Tuesday, today, tomorrow, tuloy-tuloy po ang pagtrabaho ng House leadership with regard to the budgets. Again, we would like to assure our colleagues and the public na talagang priority po ngayon ay budget. At kung meron man mga narinig tayong mga balita regarding politics and other issues, palagay ko naman isasangtabi po yan ng members of Congress. Talaga malinaw naman talaga instruction ng Presidente, budget muna.
Okay, thank you for this message, Deputy Speaker Elry. Now, can we have a message from Deputy Speaker Butch Pichay?
Nakamute, Butch, nakamute ka.
Hi, good afternoon. Just like what DS Villaperte said, it is really important that we pass the budget for 2021 on third reading before we go on recess. That is the only reason why the President called for the special session, because we are not living in normal times. We have to address the problem of COVID. Itong pandemic na ito, it's worldwide, but yet we cannot just take it for granted. We need to pump prime the economy dahil yung ating ekonomiya ay medyo affected. And I hope that we will not be distracted by intramurals, just like what the President said. The President said, I don't give a damn kung ano yung bangayan ninyo sa Kongreso, pero ang importante, may pasa natin yung budget. So we should pass it in 3 days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have to pass it dahil mahalaga po yan para sa ating mga kababayan. Ang titingnan natin yung kapakanan ng ating mga kababayan, hindi yung ating mga personal na ambition. Thank you.
Thank you for the message, Deputy Speaker Pichay. Now, may we have Minority Leader Benny Abante for his short message.
Magandang hapon po. The minority bloc is one with the majority na ang talagang priority dito yung budget. And we do not want any political squabbling to be involved in this. Tinanggap namin with a welcome development ang sabi ng Pangulo, magkakaroon tayo ng special session para po ma-approve na yung budget. Sa amin po sa minority, kailangan na po ito ng taong bayan. Sa amin po sa minority, taong bayan muna bago ang politiko. Kaya whatever it might be, majority naman ang talagang mag-uusap niyan. Kami mga taga-minority ay parang passive observer lamang kami. Pero we would like to emphasize, ito po ng budget po asikasuhin natin. Unang-una, yan po ang nais ng Pangulo. Pangalawa, yan po ang nais ng taong bayan. Pangatlo, yan po ang nais ng leadership ng Kongreso. At kami pong minority bloc is one in unity para po sa ating leadership na maipasa po ang budget na ito ngayon pong special season. Kaya inihiling ko po sa ating mga kasama, isang tabi po muna yung anumang nais nila, no? At ating pag-usapan po dito ang budget. Ito po ay para sa bayan, para po sa Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you for the message, Minority Leader Benny Abante. Now, may we have Kong Elpidio Barzaga for his short message.
Maganda nga po sa inyong lahat. Malinaw na malinaw ang direktiba ng ating Pangulo na kaya tayo nagkaroon ng special session ay para ipagpatuloy ang deliberation sa ating budget at ito ay maipasa sa lalong mabilis na panahon. Ang aming partido, the National Unity Party, asahan nyo na tutulong para maipasa ng mabilis at ng maayos ang budget natin sa darating na taon. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Kong Barzaga. Now, may we have Kong Egay Erice for his short message.
Gandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ang Partido Liberal po, whether meron po kami mga miyembro na nasa minority, meron din naman po na nasa majority. Pareho po kaming sumusuporta na itong special session na ito, kailangan na po natin tapusin ang ating national budget para po sa kapakinabangan ng ating mga mamamayang Pilipino na dumaranas po ng lubhang kahirapan dahil dito sa pandemic. At nakita niyo po ngayon, nandito ako sa kasulok-sulukan ng Caloocan, medyo malakas ang ulan at palagay ko po marami na namang mga bagyo tayong kakaharapin, marami na namang pagsubok, kaya kailangan po talaga na wala na muna tayong pag-usapang iba, kundi ang national budget, aprubahan na po natin. Salamat po.
Thank you, Kong Erista, for your message. Now, may we call on Anak Kalusugan Party List Mike Defensor for his short message.
Hi. Good afternoon. The statements of my other colleagues, I'd like to say good afternoon to Minority Leader Abante, Congressman Egay, Deputy Speaker Pichay, Congressman Barsaga, and Deputy Speaker El Rey. I hope I didn't miss anyone, pero yun po, I understand the discussion is focused on what to do in the coming days, and I agree with the statement of Congressman Irisi. I didn't hear the others, but I'm sure the thrust, yung lahat ng statements na sinasabi natin ngayon is talagang unahin muna yung budget, no? Yung politika, iba yan, ibang usapan yan. Kailangan tayo magtrabaho, kailangan ayusin natin yung pondo na kinakarap natin para sa ating mga pangangailangan, palakasin ang ating ekonomiya at mga pangangailangan pangkalusugan. Ever since the start of the budget, ako nakafocus talaga sa Department of Health, sa PhilHealth budget, sa in particular yung, of course, yung Health Facilities Enhancement Program. At kailangan pa rin ayusin itong budget na to. Dapat gagawin namin ito sa small committee, but I guess we will have to approve it now, no, sa pag-uusap dito sa discussion namin sa session. So yun lang din, I join the others dun sa panawagan. Trabaho muna tayo, yung politika madali naman yun eh. Ang kawawa dito ang taong bayan, kaya ang pondo ng ating bansa unahin natin dahil ito mahalaga sa ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Kong Defensor. Now, may we call on Sagi Party List Representative Rodante Marcoleta.
Yes.
Miss May, I think si Kong Marcoleta had technical difficulties. Wala siya ngayon sa session. Nag-prompt yata siya.
Oh, okay, sir. Now, we would like to open the floor for questions. May we call on GMA 7 for your questions?
Hi, good afternoon po. This is Ma'am Gonzalez from GMA 7. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Go ahead, ma'am. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Ay, sir.
Okay, ma'am,
Sir,
go.
ngayon lang po naglabas po ng statement si Majority Leader Romualdez saying na after the passage on third and final reading of the budget ay susunod daw po sa gentleman's agreement si Speaker Cayetano. What does he mean by this? Does he mean bababa sa pwesto, magbobotohan? Ano po ang ibig sabihin nitong magko-comply sa gentleman's agreement? Salamat po. Would any from the majority know po what he meant by that after your caucus?
Ma'am, ako kasi ang point ko lang, let's approve the budget. If anyone wants to invoke leadership change, so-called agreement, or any other matter, that should be secondary to the budget. So I think let's approve the budget first, and as they say, let's talk about anything and everything after the budget is passed. But kasi if we comment on this now, we might be distracted again from the issue at hand. So I think as soon as the budget is approved, anything and everything can be raised on the floor. But again, we appeal to our colleagues that let's just focus on the budget in the next few days. Meaning talagang supporting the heat of our president and our people on the need of the budget.
Ako just in addition, mga usapang to, I agree with everyone, budget mo.
Mapasa natin tong 2021 budget at third and final reading. But sir, ano po yung assurance natin dun sa mga, siguro, mga miyembro ng kabilang grupo na maririnig po sila given na meron pong mga lumabas na nagkaroon daw ng mutan ng mic, meron daw pong mga ganong issue. Sir, that they will be heard on the floor. Sorry to ask this po. Salamat.
Ma'am, I just wanted to add, number one, focus tayo sa budget. Number two, as early as now, pwede na sila magpalista if they want to interpolate on the budget. Number three, any election of the speaker would require an election. Kailangan talaga i-vote kung sino man yan. I cannot speak for the speaker. I cannot speak for Majority Leader Romualdez as to the agreement or kung ano yung steps after that. But I can speak for myself and the whole Congress. Kailangan magkaroon ng botohan kung sino ang upong speaker.
If I may, this special session is called specifically to approve the budget, for the hasty approval of the budget. So, I think we should not talk about politics. Maliwanag naman yung sabi ng ating Pangulo. Let us set aside politics first. Unahin natin yung taong bayan. So kahit naman kayo sa media dyan, I think let us just focus. Do not distract the congressmen with regards to the speakership. Unahin natin yung budget kasi mahalaga po ito sa ating bansa. So ang special session, I repeat, was called by the President specifically to approve the budget. So walang usapang pamulitika dyan. Thank you.
Salamat po.
Thank you for the question, Ms. Mab Gonzalez from GMA 7. Now may we have question from Mr. Daniel Manalastas from PTV4.
Hello, good
Sir Daniel.
afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon po, sirs.
Daniel, nagbe-break out ka.
Question ko lang po is, tingin niyo po ba sapat yung days na binigay ni Pangulo? Kasi parang may man nagsabi para ayan. Okay yan po?
Okay na, sir.
We can hear you.
Well, question ko lang po, sirs. Tingin niyo po ba sapat yung yung days na
Yung tanong ni Daniel, medyo naputol, But his question kung sapat ang 3 days, I think more than enough na yan to approve the budget on third reading. That's more than enough to approve. So, I don't see any reason or any circumstance I can see that madidelay po yan. We are very sure and confident that within the next 3 to 5 days, 13, 14, 15 actually, 3 session days, ma-approve na po yan. Kasi wala namang member of the majority would dare delay the budget, di ba po? I think everyone from the majority, from both camps, are one in their desire to heed the call of the President, the heed of the call of the people, to approve the budget on time in an expeditious manner.
Okay. Thank you for the questions, Mr. Daniel Manalastas. Now, may we have Kathleen Jean Parves from Radyo Pilipinas. Miss Kathleen. Okay, now may we proceed to Miss Luis Calderon from CNN Philippines.
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am, and all the representatives. Yeah, just a follow-up questions regarding the passage of the budget in 3 days. Congressman Villafuerte has said that 3 days would be more than enough to approve the budget on third reading. My clarification would be, so do we proceed to third reading when you resume session on Tuesday? Because I understand last week the bill has been approved already on second reading. So do we proceed right away to third reading for plenary, or do we revert to second reading to reopen the floor for debates and introduce amendments? Thanks very much.
Mama, I cannot preempt what will happen on Tuesday, no, because that's the decision for the majority. However, the call of the president is to pass it in an expeditious manner. So if you revert it back, that will delay. So that's contrary to the wish of the president. That's contrary to the clamor of the people to have a people's budget passed as soon as possible. I think whoever will delay this budget, kailangan managot sa tao at managot sa ating presidente. So I don't think madidelay po yan for more than 3 days po.
Any more questions from the media?
Yung binanggit ni DSLV Villafuerte, kasi bottom line naman sa amin, di ba, nung unang nagkagulo to, it was being explained that we do it on third and final reading, and then we go through the small committee. On the first day of resumption, papasok na namin yung budget. Ngayon, ang mangyari, we will go on a third and final reading. As to the process, kung mag-open pa sila ng mga amendments or how they will treat this, bahala na. Basta ang bottom line is we have it approved on third and final reading before we end. And then we still go through the committee amendments. Kasi ang hirap nung you asked about the amendments, individual amendments. Precisely that's why the small committee was being instituted. At nangyari pa to nung pang 9th, 10th Congress. I was part of the small committee on the 10th. I was part of the small committee on the 11th. Kasi nga naman, sa laki ng Kongreso, and you have individual amendments, lahat kakausapin mo, napakahirap. But bottom line, matapos namin ang third and final reading at magawa ng small committee kaagad ang trabaho niya para ma-fast track yung budget. As stated by my colleagues, DSL Ray, ang Pangulo, kailangan ng tao to, kailangan natin gawin kaagad. So that is the direction. Yung mga proseso niyan, let's see on how we will go about it. But we all agree, we have to submit the budget ASAP.
And if I may add lang kasi importante talaga yung budget eh. Unfortunately, from the other camp talaga, hindi sila sumusunod sa presidente. They're peddling fake news by sending text messages na may magkaka-leadership change raw sa Monday, na ang session naman is on the 13th, Monday is the 12th. So, just to clarify, I'm sure the media has heard about this. May mga nag-text na be there on Monday for a speaker leadership change na contrary naman yan sa kagustuhan ng Pangulo at against the public sentiments yan. So, just to clarify, we hope that, everyone should just concentrate on the budget. Saka na muna yung politika. Di ba po?
Sir,
Okay.
okay lang po magpahabol, ma'am? From GMA po.
Sige sir, go. Ay sige ma'am, go po.
Sige po. To our representatives, last question na lang po. Meron pong kumakalat ngayon na picture ni Kong Velasco with Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte. And meron pong allegations na may mga rumors po na umiikot na nagtatawag na raw si Mayor Sara sa mga congressman para mga lampag ng suporta para kay Kong Velasco. Have any of you received any call or message from the presidential daughter? Or are you aware na meron pong ganitong umiikot, particularly po sa social media? Salamat po.
On my part, I have nobody called me. And alam nyo, itong speakership ay kailangan talaga iboboto ka ng members ng Congress. Meaning to say, you have to show leadership. Hindi po pwede yung by proxy. And nakita naman siguro, nakita naman yun, nag-offer ng resignation because part of their agreement, that is only their agreement. The whole Congress, the whole House was not involved in that agreement. So the agreement among them is that Speaker Cayetano will resign on October, whatever is the date. And I think he was gentleman enough to submit his resignation, which was rejected by the House in plenary. Yun lang that means talagang nire-respeto si Speaker at nireject yung kanyang any time naman, any time during the 3 years term namin, anybody can just stand up and if you're not happy with the leadership or you are not happy with the Speaker, anyone can stand up and make a motion to vacate the seat or all seats vacant. And simple majority lang yan. Simple majority. Ayos na nga lang yan. And I guess yung mga kumakalat na balita, I'm not aware of that because nobody has called me, and I think that will again distract the members of Congress from concentrating and focusing on the passage of the budget. That will do a lot of disservice to the Filipino people.
Mav, if I may add, no, kasi we were thinking of just talking about the budget now, no? But since you mentioned about some new social media posts and all, siguro it's also good that the public should see ano ba yung ginagawa ng other camp. They're sending text messages such as this. Can you show the text message? If you will look at this, this came from one of the supporters of the Velasco camp, si Congresswoman Christine Mihan. If you will look, meron silang meeting on Sunday. Then, on October 12, malinaw naman, nakita mo, Monday morning, House of Representative Plenary Leadership Change. So, it's good that the public knows this, no? Number one, there is no session on Monday. The President called for a special session on October 13, not Monday. So, this is disobeying the President. They want to have a plenary session, an illegal session on Monday, for the simple purpose of leadership change. Ang utos ng Pangulo, budget muna, saka na muna yung politika o leadership change. So, makikita mo, this will totally disrupt whatever focus we have on Tuesday. Then here comes Mikey Romero also pushing for another leadership change. Kung titingnan mo dito, the Duterte family stand is quoting the family and all. I think it's unfair also to the family who was already stated that they just want the budget pass. So I suggest that if ever they want to push for a leadership change, they do this anytime after the budget has been passed. So I think the public should know sino talaga ang sincere excuse me, in passing the budget and taking consideration the people first as against the other camp who was thinking really of politics first. So nakita naman nyo, kami lahat focus sa budget and sila po ay focus sa leadership change. So and this will result to a problem.
It will result to delay the budget.
This will result in the delay of the budget, as Deputy Speaker Butch says. Because ang intention na nga ni Speaker, kaya nga nag-suspend na siya para wala nang gulo at i-approve na lang sa 16. Ngayon, nag-call ng special session. Yeah, we agree with the President and we will support his objective na ipasa na. Makikita nyo po, these are the two strongest supporters of Lord Velasco na rallying congressmen na on Monday to attend and to have leadership change. So, ano po yan? That's a prelude that they're saying guguluhin ba nila sa Tuesday ang session? Will they invoke leadership change on Tuesday, which I think is not in tune with the President's call. They can do whatever they want, but sila po ang lumalabag sa kagustuhan ng Pangulo at dapat managot po sila sa taong bayan kung madili po ang budget.
Okay.
Oh, thank you po for indulging.
Ng National Unity Party, we should stick to the spirit, to the meaning, and to the importance of Presidential Decree 1027. And that is to open the deliberation on the budget and to pass it in the soonest possible time for the benefit of our people. So based on that 1027, palagay ko hindi na muna dapat pag-usapan rito ang politika. Tapusin na natin muna. Kasi kung pag-usapan na naman ang politika, magkakaroon tayo ng sagot ng bawat isa, then again, malilimutan na naman ang pag-uusap ng pinakamahalagang batas na dapat gawin ng Kongreso, and that is the budget for the year 2021.
Bob, yung Mayor Sara with Congressman Lord. So I'm calling on Congressman Lord and all his followers. Whatever, kung ano man yung clout, kung ano man yung influensya meron sila, gamitin nila ngayon para sa budget. No? Kasi yan ang importante naming gagawin. Hindi yun para sa leadership. Mas maganda pa nga siguro sa kanya, mapapaganda pa yung kanyang disposisyon kung ang liderato niya gagamitin niya sa budget at kung ano yung hinihiling ng Pangulo at anong kinakailangan ng bayan. Pero para gamitin sa politika, yun ang panawagan ko, wag naman sana. Kung ano yung lakas, kung ano yung meron siyang impluensya, kung ano yung kanyang na grupo, gamitin natin lahat to para ayusin ang ating budget.
Okay.
Salamat po.
Thank you. Now may we
May I
have...
add to that? May I add to that?
Okay, sir.
Any call for any call, ano bang panawagan hindi patungkol sa budget, ano ho ito, counterproductive to sa agenda ng Pangulo at sa agenda ng mamamayang Pilipino na maaprubahan ng muna yung budget. Kung ano man yan, after na pag naaprubahan na, pwede na yung pag-usapan kahit ano. Pero ngayon, budget muna. Kapag iba ho ang panawagan, ang kinokontra po nila dyan ay yung Pangulo at yung kapakanan ng mamamayang Pilipino.
Now may we... Okay. Now may we have Mr. Christian Manyo of DZRH News for your question. Sir Christian Manyo.
Kong, good afternoon po. Sir, kanina Oriental Mindoro Representative Doyle Leachon said, and I quote, Mayor Sara Duterte has endorsed Kong Lord Velasco as the next Speaker of the House of Representatives anytime this week, but without interruption on the budget deliberation. Any comments on this, especially the majority?
Definitely there will be a disruption in the budget because a new speaker will definitely reorganize. Papalitan na naman yung chairman ng APRO. So it will really be a big disservice. And besides, that will be out of order because this special session was called for particularly to deliberate the budget, not speakership change. So imposibleng mangyari po yan because the presiding officer can just say you're out of order. I will not recognize that motion. And you cannot have a speakership, a leadership change if it does not pass through the regular in plenary, meaning to say kailangan it should be an act of the House. Kaya imposible po yan yung sinasabi ni Joy na walang disruption. May disruption po yan because will be two camps, no? Mag-aaway ang dalawang kampo. So I hope that they will not do that because it is a big disservice. Hindi lang ito sa panawagan ng ating Pangulo kung hindi sa taong bayan. Nasa pandemic tayo, iniisip nila leadership change pa rin. Normally, like in war, you don't even think of leadership change. Unahin muna natin yung kapakanan ng ating bansa, ng ating bayan, ng ating mga kababayan. Marami pong naghihirap dahil maraming kumpanya nagsara at kailangan nila ng trabaho. So the earliest in the earliest way that we can pass the budget, matutulungan po natin ang ating mga kababayan. Kaya I'm appealing to Joy to please refrain from talking about politics. If, as representative of your people, you should think first of the welfare of your people rather than the welfare of personal ambitions. Thank you.
Thank you. May we call on Mr. Vincent Arboleda from UNTV?
Saka, excuse me.
Okay.
Siguro dapat i-clarify din natin kung kay Mayor Sara kung spokesperson niya na si Congressman Liachon.
Okay, Mr. Arboleda, your question, please.
Good afternoon, Kongs. Kongs, regarding po sa budget at sa special session, some lawmakers are suggesting to open the plenary hall to members of Congress following the mandate of the President to pass the budget so as to allow lawmakers to meaningfully participate in the budget preparation, but that health protocols must be observed. Posible po ba ito?
I think the President just wanted to make sure that the budget will be passed in accordance with the Constitution. In other words, walang railroad. So, ang importante dyan siguro is the transmittal of the budget to the Senate, which will take probably a few days to approve it on third reading. Since it is a certified bill, mahaba nga lang yung GAA, ipiprint yan, mahaba yan, it will take a few days. Kung isang bill lang yan na certified, sandali lang yan i-print. So no need for the requirement of 3 days upon receipt of the printed bill. Palagay ko naman yun lang ang isang requirement na kailangan ng ating mga senador, na kailangan maibigay na sa kanila yan yung ating final version, which is voted upon on third reading. So since we have voted on it on second reading, I don't think it will take us a long time to approve it on third reading. So yun lang naman ang requirement, I think, if I could read the mind of the President, na kailangan ipasa natin on third reading.
If I may add, what we will pass for sure, we assure the public, is legal within the internal rules of the House and constitutionally sound po yan. Ano lang naman yung simple First and second reading should be on separate days. Second and third reading should be on separate days. However, this one certified as urgent. So this can be approved at any time. Requirement of printing will be fulfilled. So ano po yan, what we can assure everyone is we will pass a budget that is constitutionally sound, legal, and within the internal rules of the House.
Thanks po.
Sir?
Thank you. Yes. Now, may we call again Mr. Daniel Manalastas from PTV4 for his additional question.
Kongs, good afternoon po ulit. Tanong ko lang po, yung po bang i-withdraw yung motion nun? Kasi diba in-approve yun na sa second reading. So, bali, i-withdraw yun. Babalik natin sa deliberations. Ganun po ba yung mga nangyayari?
Actually, we are already on second reading. So, siguro, we will move forward from there. If ever somebody moves for that has to be tackled and deliberated upon and ruled upon. No? But we cannot preempt what will happen at this point. Basta ang overriding principle, fast-track the approval in a transparent, legal, constitutionally sound manner. So yan ang guiding principle ng lahat.
Hirap din, Daniel, kasi mag-predict nung, kunyari, may mag-motion. Sabihin nila, or si Elray, would be in the podium and then someone would ask, pwede ba ako magtanong? As I said, hindi naman to it's a deliberative body. Kumbaga, kahit sino pwedeng tumayo, pwede magsalita. Pero I agree with all my colleagues, kay DSLRay, ang bottom line, matapos namin to. Whatever will be the discussion, the process, basta kami tapos delivered, constitutionally, legally done, okay tayo dyan.
Thank you. Now may we have Mr. MJ Mondehar of Sunshine Media International.
Good afternoon po, Your Honors. Basing po sa statement ni Congressman Villafuerte and ni Congressman Butch Bichay, it seems na parang lumalabas, if we're going to interpret it, walang kakayahan si Congressman Lord Velasco to lead, if magkakaroon po ng leadership change, to lead the passage of the 2021 budget. Your comments on that po, Your Honors.
I did not say walang kakayahan. No. Lahat naman yan ay may kakayahan, but it will delay. It will delay the budget because who knows, papalitan yung chairman ng appropriation. Pagkatapos maraming babaguhin. Siyempre, kanya-kanyang ano yan kanya-kanyang style. So definitely, madidelay po yan. Madidelay. But we did not say na walang kakayahan because actually, a qualification naman, if you're a member of Congress, you can be Speaker of the House.
Kay Congressman El Rey po, sir, ano po yung comment po niyo doon?
Well, MJ, tinan mo yung nangyari last Congress. Nagkaroon ng leadership change prior to the budget. And unfortunately, na-delay. Eto, kung magpapalit ka sa third reading, not to be negative, but definitely it will disrupt the budget and it will delay the budget. Even if there's no change, just the call itself is a disruption. The call for a leadership change is a delay. It will create instability. It will create confusion. So if there's confusion, disruption, definitely delay yan. Again, dapat talaga, I appeal to our colleagues, put the budget first as a priority. Ngayon, kung gusto nila leadership change, pagkatapos ng budget, ano naman yan anybody can call for a leadership change at any time
At any
kahit
time.
isa lang ang anytime, kahit wala kang supporter, kahit isa ka lang, pwede mong pwede mo yan.
Anytime. And ang leadership change kailangan by vacancy. The Speaker has already offered to resign, but it was rejected. So that will, to create a vacancy, the Speaker has to resign. But because we are focused on the on the budget, then I don't think it will be a great service if the Speaker will resign. It will be a great disservice if he is going to resign. The budget will definitely be delayed.
Ako, MJ, simple lang yung sagot ko dyan. Ang sabi ng Pangulo, ayusin natin yung budget natin. Nagagalit siya dahil kailangan to ng taong bayan. Kailangan sa ekonomiya, kailangan sa kalusugan, tema natin kinakarap. So, yun lang sinusunod ko dyan. Tama naman siya ayusin natin yung budget sa lalong madaling panahon.
Saka MJ, just to clarify, the Speaker has already stated publicly, if Lord has the numbers, may signature siya, pakita niya, and the Speaker will go. You don't need to convince him. This talk of speakership change, sana kung gusto nilang walang problema, di pakita na lang niya yung numero, and the Speaker will deal with it as per his public statement. Pakita mo sa akin ng numero, and he will accept. Ngayon, kung wala kang numero, ang sabi po niya, let's work together to approve the budget.
Any more questions from the media?
Sir, speaking po of numbers, ilan na po, sa ilan na po?
Sir MJ?
Hindi, MJ, siguro naputol ka, no? But yung last count kasi, 205 signed the manifesto in support of the Speaker. They have full trust and confidence in him. 184 signed that he should not resign. Voted that he should not resign. So, more or less, these are the numbers that are public. Kita naman ng tao kung sino yon, sinong pumirma. This was released in the media. So, until that is disputed, until a new manifesto or a call is shown, that stands. Those numbers stand, di ba, MJ?
nawala na po yata si Sir MJ. Now may we call in again Miss Lois Calderon of CNN Philippines.
Thanks very much for the opportunity. Again, Congressman, my question, there's the statement of House Majority Leader Martin Romualdez saying the term sharing agreement between Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano and Marinduque Representative Lord Alan Velasco will be honored after the approval of the proposed 2021 budget on third and final reading on October 16. Sirs, I understand that Romualdez is from Lakas CMD. Now, would this call, his statement, actually have any bearing at all, considering that he's from Lakas CMD?
Sorry, Lois, I'm affiliated with the Lakas. Andito pala si Congressman Pichay.
We have not. We haven't talked about that. No, I don't know about that statement because this is the first time I heard about it. But I think Speaker Alan Cayetano already honored the gentleman's agreement, but it was rejected by the House with 185 congressmen voting against his resignation. So, as far as Speaker Cayetano is concerned, the agreement was honored. But, what they should have done was, they had an agreement, then they should have brought it to the plenary that this is an agreement. But it was only among themselves. You have to remember that the position of the Speaker is not appointed. It is elected by the members of Congress. So if they had an agreement, gentleman agreement among themselves, then they should have brought it in the House in plenary so that we could have acted on that. Then it would have bound all members of Congress. Pero since it was not brought to the House in plenary to approve that agreement, then members are not bound by that agreement. That's why when he offered to resign, it was rejected.
So, a follow-up question, if I may, Congressman Pichay. The one that is binding is the one that Congress agreed in plenary. So are you saying, sir, that the gentleman's agreement is not binding for Congress, even if it's broken by the President?
Well, the President merely brokered it between the two. So the ones who had the gentleman agreement are the two. And Speaker Alan Cayetano honored it by offering to resign. Last time, I was not around. And it was not, actually it was rejected by 185 members of the House. So I think as far as Speaker Cayetano is concerned, he honored that commitment. But since we were not bound by that gentleman agreement, then was rejected. And I think dapat, from that point on, the issue should have been laid to rest. Tapos na yan.
If I may add, dapat whoever wants to be speaker should lay out to their colleagues and their peers, anong plano mo, di ba? With all due respect, you cannot just say, I will be speaker because we formed an agreement. Sa akin lang, sana the members of Congress are listening. What do you have to offer in terms of the budget? We want to hear from Lord Velasco, his intention regarding the budget. What are his institutional amendments? How can he make it more responsive people's budget? So, yan lang ang importante. But again, just like to reiterate, kami, we are all in one in fast-tracking the approval of the budget in a transparent, constitutionally sound manner. And kung sino manggulo dyan, kung sino manggulo sa deliberation ng budget at mag-disrupt yan, sila po ang sumusuway sa Presidente. Sila po ang sumusuway sa kagustuhan ng taong bayan. So yan lang ang gusto ko reiterate. In the next few days, the people, the public, the media, even the President will see who will really follow his call, who is responsive to the needs of the people. Yan ang importanteng bantayan ng media. Sino mang gugulo, sino ang susunod.
And by the way, since that agreement was only between the two of them, brokered by the President, if there is a vacancy as far as speakership is concerned, then there are other candidates. I mean, no one can prevent someone from nominating somebody to run for speaker if there is a vacancy. So it is not a title given to Lord by members of the House. It's fluid. Anyone can stand up and nominate somebody else aside from Lord.
Butch Pichay can be speaker also.
Why not?
Luis, I read the statement of Majority Leader Romualdez. Ang basic naman na sinasabi niya, di ba yung Proclamation 1027 is for the budget. So, yun ang gawin natin. Huwag nating ayus. Yung term sharing, sabi niya, will be respected. But in this particular session, the proclamation ay para dito to sa budget. At ito yung tapusin natin. Kausap daw din niya si Executive Secretary Daldea at yun din yung kanilang pinagkaisa. So I think consistent naman yung statement ni Majo Martin Romualdez.
That clarifies it. Clarified na yan.
Okay, now may we call on Mr. Christian Manyo of DCRH for his additional question.
Kongs, follow up lang dun sa statement ni Majo kasi sabi niya dito, as assured by House Majority Leader, the gentleman's agreement will be honored after the approval of the national budget. Just in case na magkakaroon ulit ng botohan, are you going to vote and elect Kong Velasco based on the agreement?
Again?
As assured by Majo na gentleman's agreement will be honored after the approval of the budget. So kung magkakaroon ulit ng botohan, are you going to elect Kong Velasco based on the agreement na brokered by the President?
We are not, most of the members of Congress are not privy to that agreement. That agreement was between them. So as I said earlier, bakit may titulo ba si Lord Velasco na siya talaga magiging sunod na speaker? You know, someone will just stand up and nominate somebody else. Like maybe I will stand up and nominate Mike Dipinson to be speaker.
I think bottom line what Congressman Deputy Speaker Pichay is saying is whoever wants to be speaker, there should be a vacancy. And when there's a vacancy, if ever the body approves a vacancy, the nomination is open for everyone. That's what Deputy Speaker Pichay is saying.
Palagay ko, before we talk of speakership, dapat siguro aprobahan muna natin yung budget. Tapos November 16, anybody can move for an election of a new speaker. O di magbotohan kami. Kung sino gusto nung nakakarami, o di siyang speaker. Pero ngayon, tapusin muna natin yung agenda ni Pangulo sa yung agenda ng mga tao na magkaroon tayo ng budget. Huwag na muna natin pag-usapan yung mga speakership kasi nakakagulo lang yan eh. Nakakagulo lang sa budget.
I agree with Congressman Irice. Budget muna tayo, political later. At ako nag-a-appeal, sana if ever may gusto manggulo, wag na muna nilang magulo. For the sake of our people, the request of the President, COVID ngayon, tabi muna natin yan. Ayusin muna natin budget.
Any more questions from the media? I think there's no more question. Now may we ask the Kongs for their final message?
Well, kami on behalf of the Nationalista Party, 50-strong Nationalista Party, we have full trust and confidence with the Speaker under his leadership. We have full trust and confidence under the leadership of Speaker Alan that he will steer the early passage of the budget. And we hope that in appeal to members na wag na nilang guluhin po ang procedure. Isang tabi muna nila ang mga gusto nilang panggugulo. Gawin na lang yan after the budget. Budget first, people first, politics later. That's all I can say. Maraming salamat po.
On behalf of Lakas, maliwanag po yung panawagan ng ating Pangulo na kailangan talagang ipasa natin yung budget sa lalong madaling panahon. So let us not be distracted by personal ambitions. Unahin na muna natin yung budget. Tsaka na yung anytime within your term, pwede ka namang tumayo at i-declare yung seat ng lahat nga ng seats vacant. Pwede. Hindi lang seat ng speaker. So kalimutan muna natin yan. Let's focus. If you really love this country and our people, santabi muna natin yan. Yun naman panawagan ng ating Pangulo. Santabi muna natin itong mga leadership, mga speakership. Unahin na muna natin yung budget kasi yung budget ay para sa taong bayan. Thank you.
Marami na ako nakausap sa mga party list groups and also sa mga district congressmen. In fact, I'm in touch with some of them now. At yun din ang agreement nila na unahin na muna nga ang pondo ng ating bansa sa gitna ng pandemya pinagdadaanan natin. Kailangan natin ng mga programang pang-ekonomiya, programang infrastruktura, yung ating mga paaralan, yung ating mga ospital. At ito yung dapat nating madaliin. Ito rin siguro yung naging batayan ng ating Pangulo nung magsalita siya na sinasabi niya, tapusin nyo na itong pondong to dahil itong pondong to para sa bayan, hindi para sa Kongreso, hindi to para sa Senado o sa Pangulo, kundi dun sa ating mga kababayan na dapat bigyan natin ng importansya, bigyan natin ng pangunahing pagtingin dito sa nangyayaring problema at pandemya na pinagdadaanan natin. Kaya po ako naniniwala naman at nananawagan din ako sa kabilang kampo na may panahon naman dyan para sa politika. May panahon para isagawa natin yung mga papapalit na gusto nila o yung sinasabi lang nominasyon para sa liderato ng ating Kongreso. May panahon para dyan, pero ito panahon muna ng ating mga kababayan. At nananawagan ako na magtulungan muna kami. Kasi sa uli din naman, kung ano mang klaseng liderato ang ipapakita nila dito sa loob ng Kongreso at dito sa nakikita ng ating mga kababayan, ito rin yung lideratong re-respetuhin nila. Sa dumaan na panahon, nakita nyo naman yung trust ratings ng Kongreso, napakataas. At ito'y dahil na rin sa trabaho ng bawat individual, bawat committee chairman, ang trabaho namin sa budget. At huwag din sanang masayang yung institusyon ng Kongreso, yung lahat na nagawa niya at nakamit niya, na ipagpatuloy pa rin. Bagamat may politika tayo, may konting kaguluhan sa liderato, ipakita pa rin natin na ang Kongreso to nagtatrabaho hindi para sa kanyang sarili, kundi para sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Minority Leader Benny Abante.
Ay, okay. Akala ko hindi na ako magsasalita. Anyway, lahat naman ang sinabi ng ating mga congressman na kasama rito pinapaniwalaan ko. I mean, sa minority po, hindi manggagaling, ako i-assure ko po sa majority, hindi manggagaling ang paggugulo sa minority sapagkat nagkakaisa po kami na dapat talaga i-approve ang budget. Sa akin lang po, kung may manggugulo man, mahiya naman sila sa taong bayan at mahiya naman sila sa ating Pangulo na walang ibang iniisip kundi bigyan po ng budget ang gobyerno para makapagtrabaho na tayo at ibigay po natin dapat maibigay sa taong bayan. Yun lang po ang sa amin.
Well, as far as the Liberal Party is concerned, there are members of the Liberal who belongs to the minority and who belongs to the majority. Pero lahat po kami nagkakaisa. Dapat dito sa pinatawag ng Pangulo na special session, dapat budget. Pag-aralan po natin mabuti ang budget, ipasa natin, pagkatapos po sa kanila yung iba, yung mga ibang bagay, sa kanila lang natin pag-usapan.
Kong LP Joe Barsaga.
Budget muna bago politika. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you and see you again next time. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, minority. Boss, Mike.
Yes.
Didi, salamat sa inyo. Salamat. Have a good weekend.
Mahiya naman sila.